Hi everyone, this is Anthony, Wall Street Trader. Please note nothing in this video is financial advice. The video is intended for educational purposes only. If you want to stay up to date with my latest videos, click the subscribe button below as well as the bell next to it. These videos come out generally once a day, but they come out at different times. Intraday updates and major market moves around the cryptos that I cover in this video. You can click on that Twitter link, it's in the description below. Let's get started. Hi everyone, this is Anthony, Wall Street Trader at 6:46 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Wednesday, July 14, 2021, and this is Nucypher we're looking at. Nucypher US dollar, we're at 22.22. We are still in the broadening wedge, and as I've mentioned on several videos, we will probably go back up to 77, 78, up to 80 after we get past this yellow resistance line on that broadening wedge. But in the meantime, looking at Nucypher Bitcoin, this pair is really consolidating here. I mean, this is abnormally long for the price action that I've seen for the past, since this thing came out last year. So this has been going sideways. There's nothing really interesting here other than we're back at that low. Look how many times we keep going up. 15%, 15%, 15%. Look, if you have nothing in here, this is a pound the table. This is a pound the table buy, and I hope anyone that is not in it gets in it. I think it's a good entry point for sure. Again, don't put 100% of what you want to put into it. Put 20% in and just let it sit. It pulls back great. Get it cheaper. But look, I don't think this is going below 650 in that area. I think those days have been long behind us, but we'll see. We're close enough to make it real. So, another interesting point I just want everyone to understand. Wrapped Bitcoin. This is a competitor to the new TBTC version 2, which is keeping Nucypher. We always talk about that Keanu network. This new version of T will compete with Wrapped Bitcoin. Now, if you think about what Wrapped Bitcoin is, Wrapped WBTC right now is 1% of Bitcoin's, more than 1% of Bitcoin's circulating supply. Wrapped Bitcoin's used as payment on the Ethereum network because you have to transfer Bitcoin. It's like the interface is weird. You gotta wrap it up so it kind of gets ingested into the Ethereum ecosystem. So Wrapped Bitcoin is one of those ways that it's done. Now, taking a look at the chart here, and again, TBTC, which is not in production right now, is that pink one. There's nothing pink on this chart whatsoever today. But in the next few months, they will be moving into this version 2 TBTC, which will be called T, and it will be between Nucypher and Keep, and will be used in that ecosystem as well. So I think we're going to start to see a lot more competition there. And if we can get even a fraction of that, I think that would bode very well for Nucypher. Okay, on to the graph. So with the graph, we're at 64 cents right now. Look, we've had it a little worse. So on the 5th, I think we were over here when we were talking about it last time. We were slightly higher. We're back over this line that we continue to talk about, which is this long-term area here. We actually went down to 59 cents yesterday, bounced back up. So the graph to US dollar looking slightly stronger today. Now, if you look at the graph to Bitcoin, I think we're definitely, we're still right at that support line. We need to maintain that. Now, this looks ominously like a head and shoulders pattern. If it resolved to the upside, that's a 50% move or so. Be very, very helpful if we can get up there. 50% move would put us at around 90-something cents on the graph, assuming Bitcoin stays where it's at. Okay, a couple of things about the graph really quickly. We take a look. The graph, this was yesterday's article from the Graph Foundation. It's basically saying anyone can organize and curate, make available data using their subgraphs on the graph network, so that you can sell your data basically. Curating means I'm going to spend money to allow people to consume me or to consume my data, and I'll get paid in return as well. So you pay a little upfront with the hopes that people use it and you get a lot more data. You get a lot more, you get paid more than you pay upfront. So anyway, so that's kind of how this thing works. So you pay a little to try to sell it. It's kind of like advertising. And you hope that a lot of people buy your product or your data through the graph. Anyway, so this is that. And a couple of other things here. There are 8D apps currently in production, which means they're being used right now in real life. And these are the ones. And we talked about this back in mid-June. Some of these things we don't really know, but I think that people are starting to use it, and now they're widening the net and allowing anyone to go on and curate data. So I think that's really helpful. Now we're going to go on to RLC, and let's just take a look at RLC. Now, RLC doesn't look phenomenal here. We're a little bit below. We could hit 253. I'd be a little worried if we go below this line here at this point, but we need to see and watch this on a daily. It's not a lot of news to talk about with RLC. There's been some. There's been kind of a view in terms of version 6 coming out. So we'll take a look at that a little more maybe on the next one. But just know RLC a little bit under pressure here, but still over the consolidation for the RLC Bitcoin pair. So, there's signs of life here. So if we can just stay over the yellow line here, I think we're in good shape. And by yellow line, I mean this horizontal bottom yellow line. We'll be all right. So we're at 83.55 right now. Okay, let's move on to Bitcoin, because Bitcoin definitely, this thing has been really consolidating for quite some time, almost a couple of months now. We continue to hit highs of, from here 36 down to 30. We could go back down to 30 again. It wouldn't surprise me. But we're still oscillating. There's no way of telling from this chart which way it's going. I don't think anyone can make heads or tails with it. But one thing I do feel very comfortable with, I feel like the floor is 30,000 if it goes down. Now, if we break this resistance line here, which started back in mid-June, which is exactly a month ago, if we can get past that yellow line, we could start to see a pop. How far that pop goes, you can't really say based on this pattern. It's not like a broadening wedge where you can make more of an estimated guess out of it. So this is a little bit more difficult. But, I would expect that we'd pop to at least 36,000 or right around that. But we'll keep tracking that. Anyway, that's all I've got for now. I will start including these videos probably on a weekly basis. Also, to let you know, I'll also start, we'll talk a little bit more about my entry points on the next one as well. Anyway, hope everyone's having a great week. Talk soon.